All right.
Wait.
Hey. Hello, everyone. It's the Zelda Dungeon YouTube crew, and we're here with something kind of unique. So we're going to go through and we're going to experience this scholastic Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages choose your own, or they call it a you decide adventure. These came out.
You decide on the adventure.
I don't remember when these came out.
YDA.
There's an article about this. I'll post it below that I think Rod did a retrospective a few years back on both Ages and Seasons had these. And also apparently there's winning strategies and tips inside. I'm thinking for the game, right? Not for the book.
Maybe it's for the book. I don't know.
For the book.
But we were able to go.
There's option 2. That's how you win.
We were able to go and check this out, and I think Ages was the only one we could find. So we're going to do it for Ages, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So why don't we just jump right into it and see where this adventure takes us?
Sure.
Why don't they do these for every Zelda game?
Craig West. I know. I would do a video on every single one if they made it.
That'd be excellent.
Here we go. 2001.
Okay, so
Yeah,
like right around the
year.
time.
Yeah.
This is like a how-to and a little overview on the book itself. But just on how to use the book, it says this special book is more than just one story about Link and his adventures in the land of Labrynna. You get to decide what happens every time you read this book. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think we understand how you decide on the adventure book goes. Yes.
Can you just like make the wrong choice and die?
That's what we'll have to find out.
In those books sometimes, yeah. So
Well,
let's see.
Let's do it.
Introduction, here we go. One day, Link awoke to find himself in a strange forest. As he walked through the woods, he heard cries for help coming from a clearing ahead. Following the frightened voice, Link ran ahead to find several monsters surrounding a woman. As soon as the monsters saw Link, they disappeared. Link was shocked to see that the woman who had been under attack was Impa, Princess Zelda's loyal nurse. We love Impa. Impa told Link that she had come to Labrynna to search for a singer. Please, Link, won't you help me look? Impa asked as Link helped her to her feet. Even if Link hadn't known Impa, he would have helped. Good guy. Since he did know her, he quickly offered to help. As they searched, they came across a large stone with a strange symbol carved on it. Impa seemed afraid to touch the stone and stood back and watched as Link moved the stone. Deep in the forest.
Just like the game so far.
This is the game so far. Yeah, this is great.
Suspiciously blue. They haven't said whether or not Impa's suspiciously blue.
That's a good point. It's just Impa.
Okay, yeah.
Deep in the forest, they finally found the singer. As they drew near, the singer, who called herself Nehru, asked Link to sit and listen. Ralph, who was already listening to Nehru, glared jealously at Link. Enchanted by her music, Link listened as she sang. Suddenly, Impa laughed. Which is exactly how Impa laughs. Link was shocked to see Impa's face change and a shadow lift from her body. Before he could react, the shadow reached Nehru and flew right into her. There was a blinding light, and when Link's eyes recovered, he could see that Nehru was not the same. Her innocent face was twisted in an evil grin, and her voice was not the sweet voice he had heard earlier. I am Viren, sorceress of shadows, she said, and I have made the power of Nehru, Oracle of Ages, my own. Now I can travel freely through time, and nothing can stop me from creating an age of shadows. With that, Viren and Nehru vanished. As soon as Viren vanished, everything began to grow dark. Viren has gone to the past, said Impa. What she's done there has changed the world, Link. You have to find a way to stop her, or all of Labrynna is doomed to shadows. Well, I don't think we'll need any more heroes with me around, said Ralph, and he ran off into the woods to find Nehru. Thank you. I practiced my Ralph for ages. Will Link be able to free Nehru from Viren's evil hold? It's all up to you. Make your choices wisely. The future and the past of Labrynna is in your hands.
All right.
Cool.
Turn
Good
to page
start.
25.
We're doing good so far. We haven't died yet.
It's a good intro. Well, we haven't made any decisions yet.
Pretty accurate.
I feel the stakes, you know.
I'm surprised it actually started out with a
This is even
very
scarier than the game.
concise intro to the actual game. Like,
I know. I could picture every little scene.
This could be like a
Yeah,
game manual. Like,
right so far, yeah.
Every manual should be
page.
choose your own adventure.
All right, nice.
All right,
I was
city.
going to say the giant genie already. Dang.
No,
Whoa.
Don't look at that part of the
Don't look at that
Sorry.
page. We can't
That's
read it.
spoilers. That's spoiler.
Blur it in post.
As Link searched the clearing for clues, Impa touched his shoulder. Oh, now I got to do. Nico's
You don't have to do
voice.
voices.
No, you do your own take on it.
I have something for you that will aid you. Wait, this Impa's not like that.
Yeah, this
old.
Impa's like the youngest
like
one.
Oh, this is Busty Impa. That's right.
Yeah. She
This is Big Mama Impa.
That's
she
right.
handed him a wooden sword, and Link swished it through the air. Whoosh. Thank you, Impa, said Link. I'm doing the cartoon Link, yeah.
Yes.
As good as my blade is my own, but it'll do. Lina City is to the south. Maybe you should start there, said Impa. I'm going to rest here until I feel better. Being possessed by that foul creature has worn me out. Look for the Maku tree. She will help you find Nehru. Link set off to the south. His path was blocked by some plants, but the wooden sword... This is just like the game here.
This is amazing.
The wooden
I like it.
sword cut through them easily. Soon he reached the gates of the city. Once inside the city, Link could see several buildings. I wonder where I should go first, thought Link. Okay. so
Where could I go for a kiss?
Where's Zelda's house?
Oh boy, smooching time. So okay, we've got all the places in Lina City: the shop, the ring shop, the mayor's house, a nearby home.
I'm gonna suggest the mayor's home. I want to see what the mayor's up to. Some crazy, scary person just took over Impa. We got to go to the authorities.
I think the bear. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, don't look at the boss battle.
Sweet.
Oh no, a boss battle. Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I'm not looking, but I hope the viewers are,
Yeah,
All right.
the viewers can
Here.
take a little sneak peek.
The mayor's house. Link stepped inside the Lina City mayor's house, where he found the mayor doing absolutely nothing,
Welcome to Lina City, my boy.
said the mayor.
Wait, you have to twiddle your mustache when you say that.
Link thanked the mayor and asked if he could tell him about the city. Of course, son, I'd be glad to, said the mayor. An hour later, the mayor was still going strong, talking about the small town. Link had had enough and mumbled something about Nehru as he slipped out the door. Whoo, he said once the door had shut behind him. It's a good thing he's not running for re-election just now, or I'd never have gotten out of there.
Wow. So I don't think the mayor's office was the right choice, but we got
Mayor
to meet
did
the
not
mayor.
help at all.
Near the mayor's house, Link found a small cave. He went inside the cave and began exploring. At the north end of the cave, he found a set of stairs that led deep into the cave. I'm sure something important is down there, he thought. Link walked down the stairs. In the cavern at the bottom of the stairs, he was amazed to find a giant tree. As he approached it, the tree woke up and started speaking to him. Greetings, she said. I am Maku Tree, guardian of the Oracle of Ages and all of Labrynna. I have seen all that has taken place, and I'm worried about Nehru.
So cheery.
If you,
That was a good
I
one.
mean, she's like,
You really
She's-
captured.
she's really
my
cute.
face.
if you know about Varen possessing her, then you must know that I promised to rescue her and free Labrynna from Varen's shadow curse, said Link. Yes, you are very brave, Link, said the tree. But you'll need much more than bravery to succeed in your quest. I have something to give you that will help you. The Maku tree stopped in mid-sentence. Something is wrong, Link. I'm fading.
Oh no.
It was true. Link could see through the Maku tree. Link, Varen has done something to me in the past. You must save me, said the disappearing tree. Link was helpless to do anything but watch as the Maku tree became more and more transparent until she finally disappeared from sight.
Zoinks.
Oh no.
The Mako tree chamber shuddered, and the floor where the tree had been shattered.
Oh no.
The entire room began to fall apart, and Link ran back up the stairs just before the entry collapsed. Just outside the doorway, Link saw a time portal swirling in midair. The time portal didn't take all his attention, though, however, because he could see Varen about to step through. Ralph was running up behind her, but Link could tell that he wouldn't get to her in time to stop her. "Varen!" shouted Link, hoping she would turn and see him. Varen didn't seem to hear Link, and she stepped through the portal and vanished. With a quick glare at Link, Ralph stepped through after Varen. Link didn't hesitate. He had no idea how long the portal would stay active, so he quickly stepped through and vanished.
Oh.
Time portal. So far, we're doing it right. It seems we're following the story.
Good.
Right? We should have gone to the shop.
The mayor's house was critical in this.
Yeah, we had to, find it.
I'm very curious about the artwork at the top of these pages, though, because it's not Oracle of Ages.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's Oracle of Seasons.
It's a good point.
They're just
It's only the rod of
it's
seasons.
Link.
I don't
Slap
know.
them in there.
Yeah, they're like,
This is Link's signature weapon, the Rod of Master.
okay, a blast from the past. As soon as Link stepped through the time portal, he could tell that some things were different. The city was now a smaller village, and it was named Lena Village instead of Lena City. Link entered the town. How did he know that it was named Lena Village instead of... I guess he could have looked at a sign.
Someone was standing next to the portal and saying, "Welcome to Lena Village, not Lena City."
Is this
You can hear
Jubilife
the
Village?
He's like, oh,
The music
kind of
slowed down.
Yeah, it's like an acoustic version.
Yeah, how come the town theme is different? Link entered the town and spoke to several of the people he met on the streets. Nearly all of them had something to say about Queen Amby's tower. It seems that she had most of the town working overtime to finish it. Link could see the mess from the construction. In fact, in some cases, it was blocking his path.
Oh,
That's so funny. That's literally like straight up such a video game thing to happen.
we don't have the item we need.
The path to the Maku tree is blocked, said Link. I'll need something to dig it out. All right, where should we go, Corey?
We gotta go to the mayor's home.
We're not going to the mayor's home.
What if he has a shovel?
I'm voting mayor's home.
Come on, who would have a shovel if not the mayor?
Well, there's options. We could go to the shooting range. We could go to the
Shoot with
useless,
shovels.
rambling mayor's home again, or we could go west of town.
We should go west
What
of
it-
town.
I agree, west of town.
I vote mayor's home.
I'm gonna vote mayor's home too.
Okay.
We're bringing in the flip.
We gotta
We're gonna flip for this, baby. We're using our Quaxley coin.
Yeah.
Our little Quaxley coin. All right. Heads is mayor's house. Tails is west of town. I will do my best to flip. I will catch it and then flip it over onto my hand. All right. Here we go.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. I gotta like. Oh, it's so hard. It's so light. This thing is impossible. Okay. I'm gonna. It's swimming around. It fell out of my hand.
Gee,
This isn't helpful.
never gonna get there.
I'm sensing shenanigans
Okay.
here.
Wait, what did I say? I said heads.
Heads is mayor's home.
Okay.
Tails is west of town.
Ready? Tails.
West of
This
town.
This is rigged.
It is. It's rigged, baby. That's why I dropped it 3 times. All right.
46. All right. I'm okay
All right,
with West. I bet there's probably
Soon enough, we're gonna find out what the mayor's up to.
Link crossed the bridge on the west side of town where he found a small shack. Inside, he talked to the farmer who lived there. Here, take this gasha seed, said the farmer. You can plant it in the soft soil, and when it grows, you'll be able to harvest rings and other items from it. Link took the seed and thanked the farmer. Just don't put it in the soil out front where the farmer is. Link left. Link walked south and then east. I think they're like following the map perfectly.
Yeah.
And then he came to another shack near the river. Adlar, a former palace advisor who no longer lived there, had plenty to say about Queen Ambi's obsession. Things got worse once the queen started listening to Nehru.
Things are worse than ever.
Oh no.
Nehru, I knew that Varen was behind this tower, thought Link. Link talked to Adlar until he had heard all he had to say, and then he walked to the west and then to the south to reach Ambi's tower.
One screen and then one screen down.
As Link is like walking like...
Yeah.
As Link entered the tower, several disgruntled workers walked past him. I've had enough of this, one of them said. My crops are going to waste in the field while we work on her precious tower. Black Tower is more like it.
Ain't that great?
Yeah, mine too. The other answered, I just hope we get finished soon before I'm completely ruined. Inside the tower, Link saw several more villagers working on the tower. None of them seemed very happy. On the second level of the tower, he came across a man digging some holes. After talking to him a while, the man offered Link a shovel, assuming that he was here to work. This is just what I need to clear the path to the Maku tree, thought Link. He took the shovel and headed back to Lina City.
So, what do you think would have happened if we went to the freaking mayor's house?
Should we find out?
Just would have gone to the mayor's house
little
and gone straight south, and we probably would have gotten the shovel either way.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we probably wouldn't have got a gacha seed.
True, yeah, now we have like a bonus.
All right. Is that in our inventory or something? Is there going to be a choice where it's like, if you have the gacha seed, you can pick option 3?
You know, maybe. We'll see.
There's like 1,000 pages in this book. They accounted for every...
62.
Do you think every gacha seed is in here? All right. The Maku sapling. Once he was back in the village, Link used his new shovel to clear the path to the Maku tree. When the path was clear, he entered the cave. Link was surprised to find that the cave was very different. In the past, he had to navigate a very treacherous path and fight off a horde of geese, or bats, in case you didn't know.
I guess
To reach a room.
not everybody reading this would know what geese are, so that's fair.
To reach a room with 2 doors. One of them was locked, and Link was sure that this was the way he needed to go. He entered the other door and fought his way to a switch on the floor. Stepping on it made a small chest appear. Inside, Link found the key he needed. He returned to the locked door and opened it. After making his way through a maze of stone blocks, Link finally came to the stairs that led to the Maku tree. However, as soon as he entered her chamber, he could see that she was in trouble. Several moblins were tossing spears at her.
No!
Link rushed toward them, using his sword to block their spears and save the Maku tree, who was really just a sapling at this time. My hero, said the tree. Thank you for rescuing me. I'll have a gift for you when I grow up, and I'm gonna marry you too.
Oh my god, everyone wants to marry Link.
Link wasn't sure how to respond, so he grinned sheepishly and took the nearby steps down to the cave below.
Great.
Inside the cave, he found another time portal and he stepped inside to return to the future. When he arrived, Link went back up the stairs to see the Maku tree. She seemed to be over her ancient crush on Link. Most important, she was there again. Link, you'll have to find the 8 essences. If you have any hope of defeating Varen, you'll find the first one in the Yule graveyard to the east. Link turned to go, but then the tree stopped him. Wait, you forgot my gift, the tree said. The Maku tree handed Link a satchel filled with ember seeds. Use them to burn through plants and other things that block your way. They also make good lights in dark areas, she said. Link thanked her and left the chamber.
Dang.
Still accurate. Great adaptation.
This is great. I love the explanation of a mini dungeon. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
He should have like he pushed the 1 block to the right.
Yeah, not some action-packed things. It was literally just like there were some keys, and then he went to the room to the right because he couldn't go through the locked door.
Yeah.
But then he got the key, and he went back to the locked door.
Oh my god.
Link left Lina City and headed east. As he walked, the area began to get darker and spookier. Eventually, he came to the sign for the Yule graveyard, but he didn't notice a way to get inside. Remembering his ember seeds, he used one of them to burn down the small tree next to the path. He was able to walk past the smoldering tree and enter the graveyard. Link walked through the graveyard and turned south. A Poe, a guardian ghost, was standing near the entrance to the spirit's grave, but Link couldn't reach it yet. He passed some boys telling ghost stories about a dark and scary tomb below. South of the clearing where the boys were, Link used an ember seed to burn down a tree and reveal some stairs that led below. The room Link was in was very dark, but he could see 4 unlit torches in the corners of the room. He used his ember seeds to light them, and the graveyard key fell from the ceiling. There was nothing else to see in the chamber, so he went back upstairs and returned to the spirit's grave the Poe was guarding. With the new key, Link had no problem getting past the Poe and entering the crypt behind it.
Ooh.
Incredible.
Dungeon time, baby.
Not a lot of choices going on here. I wanna get some choices.
Hey, we'll get some. There's only so many choices you can make in a game like this.
When can we get back to the mayor's house? Because I need to know.
Whoa!
We got some Dippin' and Blossom and Maple.
I accidentally went to 40 instead of 41, but
there's some cool character. Well, we've met the farmer, of course.
Mm-hmm.
My cat's name is Maple, by the way.
Aww, the spirit's grave. Okay. In one of the first rooms of the dungeon, Link was faced with a puzzle. The door ahead was locked. Oh no, but there was no keyhole. As he looked around the room, he saw a stone block on the floor. What am I gonna do? When he looked closely, he could see scratch marks on the floor near the multicolored block. Link pushed the block forward, and it fell into the pit in the center of the room. This lit the pale blue flame in each of the torches and unlocked the door. On the other side of the door, Link found a dungeon map that would help him find enemies and treasure chests. Cool. Glad we got that. Once he had the map, this is a guide. You could literally use this as a guide for the game.
It's so true. Maybe that's what they meant. They said there were helpful tips and tricks.
It's true. Once he had the map, he returned to the chamber with the blue flame. He pushed the block into the pit again to open the other door. The room beyond the next door was small, but it was guarded by a fearsome creature called a genie. Link hit him with a sword, and he dropped a key. Another key! Link used the key in the door to the west side of the room and continued exploring.
I hope they mention every key that you need to get in the actual game.
You know what'd be great is if we go through and then we get to a door and it's like, you don't have a key. Go back.
Oh my god.
Is there backtracking in this? Link traveled deeper into the dungeon. Several times he had to move blocks to clear the way ahead. Soon he came to a large room that was empty when he entered. As soon as he stepped inside, a giant guinea and 3 smaller guinea appears. Oh no! 3 of them at once, thought Link. I'd better take care of the little guys first, then try to get rid of the giant one.
There's your tips and tricks, everybody.
Strategy.
He moved in fast and swung his sword as hard and as fast as he could while avoiding their attacks. Once he had taken care of the mini guineas, Link took on the giant guinea the same way by staying on the move and pressing his attacks. Link quickly destroyed the creature. As soon as the giant guinea was gone, a healing fairy appeared and healed Link's wounds.
How kind.
A portal also appeared in the chamber. Before stepping into the portal, Link decided to explore. That's good. He didn't want to just go back to the beginning. He decided to explore a bit more in the west. The west wall of the room was another door, and he entered it. Link's instincts paid off. After another stone block maze and a brief battle of several Stalfos, he came to 2 unlit torches. Oh my goodness. He lit them using the ember seeds, and a new stairway appeared. Downstairs, he found a power bracelet, which would allow him to lift heavy things and smash vases that were in the way. Turn to page 55. So it's a little too accurate.
Can I say I also like that this is just revealing how we all pronounce certain things? And I love that.
It's true.
You say guinea, I say guinea, Nico says genie.
Yeah. And I think we've all said like Lina city differently.
Lina and Lina, yeah.
And then what was the other one that was different?
Varen, I think. I don't even
pretty
know
close.
Yeah.
There's another
All right.
one. But yeah.
Boss. Pumpkinhead.
Oh no!
Once Link-
Play the Pumpkinhead.
Once
music.
Link had the power bracelet, he had no problem moving any vases in his way. Using it made exploring the dungeon easier, and it didn't take him long to find the boss key, the key that would open the final door in the dungeon. He found the door not far from where he had found the power bracelet, and he unlocked the door and stepped through. Link found himself in a large room, where he was immediately attacked by a very strange creature. Pumpkinhead looked like a normal man, but it had a jack-o'-lantern for a head. As scary as that was, it also spat fireballs at Link that he was barely able to dodge. Pumpkinhead's other attack was a running jump. Link knew that he wanted to stay as far away as possible. I'll bet the power bracelet I just found will take care of him, thought Link. He rushed toward Pumpkinhead, hitting him with the sword before he could react. Link was surprised when the freakish head fell off, but he used the power bracelet to scoop it up and throw it. Link did this twice, and Pumpkinhead was destroyed. Once Pumpkinhead was history, Link walked through the door to the north and collected the first essence, the Eternal Spirit.
I think that the word freakish was unnecessary.
I think you should have said freakish little head. His freakish little head popped up.
How rude.
Very rude. I think
I love that.
every dungeon is just going to be like a very clinical description.
It might be.
Can't wait till we get to the later dungeon.
That's excellent. That's some flavor text for you there.
Oh, we got
This is
Maple
what
though.
Freakish
fans-
head.
This is where we meet Maple.
Okay.
Maple!
All right. Link left the dungeon and returned to the graveyard above. Just then, a shadow appeared on the ground, and Link barely had time to brace himself before he was knocked to the ground. Lying on the ground near him was a girl who had been flying on a broom. "Hey!" she shouted as she straightened her hat. "Watch it. If I'm Maple, Syrup the Witch's apprentice. You'd better have a good explanation for getting in my way." Link was dusting himself off. He picked up his pack and saw that many of his items, including his rupees, were on the ground. "Oh, you have nice stuff," said Maple. "Think I'll take it all to pay you
I'm
back
gonna
for
steal
running
it."
into me."
Wow.
Maple jumped up and began picking up Link's items. Link pushed her away and started grabbing things and stuffing them in his pack. When everything had been put away, Maple was not happy. "You took some of my things," she shouted. "Just wait until next time, hero boy. I'll get what's mine." With that, Maple flew away, barely missing a nearby tree.
Cute.
Wow.
Before Link left the area, he remembered the trapped Poe nearby. With the power bracelet, he was able to free it and push its headstone
Got
out
into
of
the
the
trading
way.
sequence.
I
This
don't remember anything
revealed
about that.
the Poe's tomb. Once Link cleared the way, the Poe could go to the afterlife. Before
Aw.
it left, the Poe gave Link the Poe clock. Link wasn't sure what to do with it, but he tucked it into his pack anyway.
We're gonna do the trading sequence.
There's only
Is this like a
62.
700-page
No.
book?
There's only 62 pages in this thing. I do not understand how we are going to go through the whole trading sequence, every
It's like
single
8
dungeon, and have
You didn't
any
see
choices.
this is part 1 of the 11-part
At
series.
the end. You've completed
Oh,
the
no.
first 2 dungeons.
We're turning to page
Yeah.
60.
Who knows? It could just be a little teaser and be like, get the full game to experience
yeah.
the full thing.
Oh,
Get a choice, finally.
We got a big
choice.
It's like
Mayor's house?
that's not one of the choices.
It's not there.
Oh wait, it's not spooky. We're not in that cave anymore. I have to turn my lights back on.
Oh.
Okay. Link made a quick return to town where he bought a small shield with the rupees he had gained from Maple. Nice. West of town, he entered the forest. The forest was crawling with Octoroks, but Link handled them easily with his sword. As he traveled through the forest, Link came to a large clearing with a huge tree in the center. 3 fairies appeared and asked Link to play hide and seek with them. Link would have refused, but he quickly found that he couldn't leave the area. Yeah, it's rude. The fairies had jumbled the forest, and he'd have to win the game to get free. Link didn't have time to play this game, so he cheated. He watched from the edge of the clearing where he could see the fairies hide. Then he returned and caught them one by one. When he had found all 3, the fairies returned the
cheater.
forest to normal and Link could continue. Link's a cheater.
You cheater.
I didn't choose that.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't choose for my hero to be a cheater. East of the fairy clearing, Link found a cave that was blocked by a rock with a sign above it. Warning, do not move the rock. Thank you.
Do not move the rock.
Do not move the rock. Thank you. By order of this guy. Of course, Link decided to move the rock anyway. The ground shook and the cave entrance crumbled and collapsed. That didn't work out well, said Link. Just then, the Maku tree spoke to Link. Link, go to Nehru's house in the northeast. There's an item there that will help you. Slurp. Sorry.
Slurp.
Link did as the tree instructed. He found Nehru's house where he discovered the Harp of Ages behind a secret statue. Once he had the harp, he discovered that it would allow him to open a time portal to the past. What do? Return to the crumbled cave or use the Harp of Ages?
Wait, so we're in the present?
We are in the
Right?
past.
Yeah, we got to work this one out.
We're in the past.
We're in the present. I thought it just said it.
Oh, no, that's right. We went back
Yeah,
to
would
the present.
allow him to
That's
open
right,
a
that's
portal
right.
to the past.
Yes.
I would say the crumbled cave is already crumbled, so we should probably use the harp.
Yeah, what's the point of going back to a crumbled cave?
The heart.
Exactly.
We want to go into a pre-crumpled cave.
Link
Pre-crumbling.
explicitly ignored the sign that said,
Warning.
"Don't touch the rock,
Do
please."
not move this rock. Thanks.
All right. I think we should do page 50.
All right, here we go. Queen Ambi. Here we go.
Oh, wink.
Wink.
He's wink now. That's how I pronounce it. It's just another one of those.
Wink didn't waste any time.
Time.
That'd be almost
Link
right in
didn't
Polish.
Waste any time. As soon as he stepped outside of Nehru's house, he used the Harp of Ages to open a time portal to the past.
Whoa.
And through. Once he was in the past, Link began exploring the forest again. Eventually, he came to a clearing with a strange tree in the center. This reminds me of that ember seed tree back in Lina City, he thought. As he approached the tree, he could see some mystery seeds growing on it. Near the tree, Link saw a statue of an owl. Acting on instinct, Link placed one of the mystery seeds on the owl. It spoke to him. Greetings. Be sure to feed me mystery seeds, and I'll tell you all that I know, said the statue. I'll have to remember. Wait, I'm doing Link now. I'll have to remember that if I see any more owl statues, thought Link. With his satchel full of mystery seeds, he continued searching the forest. As he walked, a queen soldier ran up to him. We must go to the queen immediately. She needs your mystery seeds.
I was watching you.
Whoa.
I saw you pick up those seeds. We need them.
You can smell them. The soldier escorted Link straight to Queen Ambi. The queen thanked Link for bringing her the seeds and took out all that he had. In exchange, she gave him some bombs.
Some bombs.
Sounds very strange out of context.
Yeah, like no dialogue from her either. As he left, Link found out that Queen Ambi was actually Varen, who wanted the mystery seeds for her own reasons.
Okay.
He couldn't stop Varen yet, so Link returned to the crumbled cave and used one of the bombs to open it. This revealed the Wing Dungeon. As soon as the dust settled, Link stepped inside the dungeon to continue his adventure. Can't wait to hear about some color puzzles here.
Yeah. Interested to see how they pull this off.
As soon as he entered the dungeon, Link saw one of the owl statues. He placed a mystery seed on it and was rewarded with the advice, "Good defense is the best offense against spikes." In the next room, Link found out what that meant as he faced several spiked beetles. Using his shield, his defense, Link caused the beetles to cover up, and then he could hit them with his sword. Link made his way deeper into the dungeon, but he came to a dead end. There was no way out of the room, but he knew there must be something he could do. A quick search revealed a crack in the wall. Link used one of Queen Ambi's bombs to blast a hole in the wall and continue. He came to another dead end shortly, but he used another bomb on a crack in the wall and was quickly on his way.
It's good to know that this is so detailed.
This is killing me. Like, it's just like he used a bomb and then he used another bomb.
Yeah, I think it would be funny if it was like the first dungeon is like exactly to the T, and this one's just like he used a bomb and then another bomb, and then he was at the boss.
Not far from the cracked wall, Link came across another cracked an underground railroad.
What?
He climbed into one of the mine carts, and it rolled along the track.
This is such a weird book.
It's turned into a very different story.
When he reached the end of the line, Link got out and headed north. In the next chamber, Link was attacked by Swoop, a flying menace that attacked him by dropping on him from above. When Swoop landed, it knocked holes in the floor. Link avoided the holes and hacked at Swoop with his sword whenever it landed. He found that he could watch for Swoop's shadow to see where it was going to land, then attack it before it flew off again. He repeated this until Swoop was destroyed, which caused a healing fairy and a portal to the beginning of the dungeon to appear.
Very nice. Are we ever going to use those?
Use the portal?
Instead of using the portal,
It's Chekhov's gun. He has to use the portal at some point in this book.
Link kept exploring, going deeper into the dungeon. Along the way, he came across a useful item, the Rock's Feather, which allowed him to jump over holes instead of going around them. Using a combination of the Rock's Feather and his puzzle-solving ability, Link was able to solve the rest of the dungeon's puzzles, locate the boss key, and use it to enter the final chamber.
Yeah,
of the
really.
dungeon.
You can tell they really are just like, all right, let's just like wrap it all
Okay,
in
we
the.
can't do this.
Especially, how are they
we
going to
can't
do
do this for everybody.
Jabu-Jabu's belly, right?
Oh
Like,
my god!
The final chamber of the dungeon had a ladder and several stone blocks inside, but Link was more concerned with the creature that attacked him as soon as he entered the room. Headthwomp was a tough enemy to defeat. He had several different attacks, and all of them were deadly. Thwomp's face was constantly changing expressions and colors. Green, red, purple. Link quickly discovered that the only way to hurt Headthwomp was to stand on the ladder and toss a bomb onto Thwomp's head while his face was red. This was easier said than done because the controls were not that great, actually, and they were actually pretty difficult for the timing. If I'm going to be completely honest,
And he only had like 10 bombs, and he was like, "What do I do now?"
and I only had half a heart, and so it wasn't that easy. Thwomp only turned red when he was very mad. To make things worse, he would also slam into the ground, and fireballs would rain down on Link. Using the stone blocks for protection, Link was able to avoid Headthwomp's attacks once he had thrown 4 bombs into his head. Is it really 4? Oof.
That's too many.
It's a lot.
3 times
It's
per
a-
Pumpkinhead, right?
It's a hard boss, if I'm being honest. The guardian of the next essence was defeated. Defeated! Link entered the next room and retrieved the ancient wood essence.
Ancient wood.
Turn to page 26.
Why don't they put, like, they took any poetry that's in the game? You know, it's like cool when you get the essences and
Yeah, they
tell
should
you a
have.
little
Yeah, they
thing.
should have put those.
Come on. Hey, the mayor's house was there.
Hey, whoa.
We should have gone to the mayor's house.
Once Link had the ancient wood, the Maku tree told him to seek the next essence in Moonlit Grotto. Near the graveyard, Link came across Moosh, a giant blue bear.
They chose
That was being-
Moosh.
A giant blue bear that was being
What's the
tortured.
choice?
No, wait,
After
no.
Link-
Moosh.
By who? After Link saved him, Moosh offered to help Link. Link discovered that if he rode on Moosh's back, he could easily cross pits and other obstacles. This made it much easier for him to reach Moonlit Grotto. We're already getting to it. They're like, we're
Yeah,
not
they're like-
doing...
They're just
Yeah.
like the next sentence is just gonna be like, he solved the puzzles and beat the boss, and let's keep going.
This is the whole island. This part. They're
Yeah.
like, we don't want to do that.
They're like screwed.
How would you even? Let's be
That's so
honest.
Link, it's like 10 pages. Like
That's the choose your own adventure. Is you pick which item you want to swap back and forth.
Oh, dreadful.
in the first room of the grotto, Link saw several cracked stone blocks.
Cool.
He used a bomb on them.
Queen
And this
Ambi's bombs.
This freed one of the blocks. Pushing the blocks revealed a doorway, and Link entered it. He explored the area, battling the creatures that were waiting to ambush him until he came to a chamber with a blue crystal inside. What should he do? Just leave the room.
I mean, they present you with a choice, and then it's, do you want to do it or no?
If it was me, I'm like, I'm out of here. No.
Smack that crystal.
Yeah, I say,
Yeah,
let's hit the
hit it.
crystal.
I vote leave the room, but I am out, so that's okay.
I'm kind of on the fence. I could be
This
convinced
crystal
if you
is
wanted to
really
debate it.
scary.
What's so special about a blue crystal? I don't know. Okay, we'll go to page 9
Where's
and hit
the
it.
thing, the spinny conveyor belt thing?
The secret of the crystals. Link was about to hit the crystal with his sword when he saw something.
This is not
across the
chills.
room.
Oh my
It
god.
was an owl statue. Reaching into his pouch, Link dropped a mystery seed on the statue, and it immediately came to life. All right, it's a statue. The 4 crystals tie it all together. The statue said. Link waited for more, but that was it.
That's it.
Shrugging his shoulders, Link faced the crystal again and hit it with his sword. As soon as he hit it, it disintegrated, and he heard a loud sound somewhere else in the dungeon. He left the room and climbed the stairs to the north. Inside the next chamber, he found a huge wheel in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
There were 3 paths that led away from the wheel, and Link could tell that he'd have to ride the wheel to reach all of them. He had to start somewhere, so Link chose the path on the right first.
Well, you don't get to choose. You go into the wheel. All right, whatever.
I'm making it like you can just ride the wheel all the way around.
Not how it works.
I want to point out that page 18 right here is if we had returned to the crumbled cave.
Oh. You've reached one of the worst possible endings.
Oh my
Wait.
god.
If we had returned, just really quick, Link decided to return to the crumbled cave, so he set out across the forest again. Things were going fine when suddenly he came to a clearing that was swarming with Octoroks. Before Link could draw his sword, the Octoroks had surrounded him and knocked him on the ground. He lost consciousness. Link could only think poor Nehru and his failure to save her. The end. So,
Wow. You reached one
imagine
of the
By
worst
Octoroks.
possible endings of the story.
getting a game over from Octoroks is pretty sad.
People complain about the downfall timeline. Like, look at this right here. Pure evidence. This could happen in any game.
We're going to use save states, okay?
Link followed the right path and began searching for the other crystals that were tied to the first one. He found the next crystal at the center of a huge puzzle maze. It took him several tries, but he was able to push the blocks aside and reach the crystal in the center. As he destroyed it with his sword, he heard the same sound again. In the puzzle maze, Link also found a small key that he tucked into his back to use later. Link found the next crystal in a room with a conveyor belt running across it. The crystal was in a protected alcove, so Link couldn't use his sword to destroy it. Instead, he placed a bomb on the conveyor belt, and it blew up just under the crystal, destroying it.
Smart.
Unfortunately, this unleashed a dormant soldier, but Link was able to finish it off quickly and continue his search. The next crystal was located across a pit in a nearby chamber, and Link reached it by going downstairs and coming up on the opposite side of the pit. When he smashed the final crystal, another path near the rotating wheel was opened. Link returned to the wheel and rode it around until he could enter that passage.
Isn't it
Just
a
hold mine to the
single
center, like,
quarter turn? Isn't it? It's like one single quarter turn from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turnstile, not a wheel.
Once Link found the final crystal, he had to hit it with his seed shooter.
Oh,
Since there was no other way to reach it.
Where'd he get that?
Who knows?
Earlier.
Where did we get? When it was destroyed, he heard a tremendous crash, and he discovered that the spinning wheel was gone, revealing a chest with a gotcha seed inside.
we got 2.
We got 2
Alright.
gotcha
You get
seeds,
to-
folks. Keep track. We also have a key in our pouch.
There we have so many keys that we've
And
used.
a seed shooter.
Yeah,
seed
and apparently a seed shooter.
It was just there.
Link dropped onto the fallen wheel, and it took him to another path. He had to get creative to light the torches that flanked a door across the pit ahead. He bounced ember seeds off blocks on his side of the pit, and they bounced across to light the torches. He was then able to leave the room and enter the next chamber, where he came face to face with Subterror. Subterror was a ruthless, mole-like creature that attacked from underground whenever possible, surfacing to destroy its prey with a mighty drill. Link could spot its path around the room because it pushed a huge mound of dirt in front of it. Instead of letting Subterror choose when to attack, he hit the mound of dirt with his shovel, causing the mole to pop out of the ground. Whilst it was confused, Link hit it with the sword several times. He had to repeat this several times. Okay. Eventually, Subterror went down and stayed down. A portal appeared along with a healing fairy, and Link left the room. Page 38.
Whoever was like writing this did not have much time, and they were just given, like, this needs to happen.
Oh, I see. There's a middle art section that's different from the regular pages. I see. That's why it's a little weird. There's technically 76 pages, but the middle ones are all art.
Into the shadows. We get a choice. All right. After leaving the room where he had defeated Subterror, Link easily found another key nearby. Bing!
It's
However,
over
he soon entered a room. I thought they were going to get through this dungeon faster, but I guess not.
It's amazing that they're not.
He entered a room that was nothing like anything he had seen before. The room had a large pit on one side with some propeller blades across the middle. He could also see, but not reach, a small green switch across the pit. Link looked at the puzzle for a while. It was obvious that to keep going, he had to hit the green switch somehow. I might be able to jump to it, he thought, but I wonder if there's another way.
Dun dun.
Jump or look for another
I feel
way?
like this is a sign. This is like where we die if we jump. I'm starting to feel like we'll die if we jump.
What if we had Moosh? If we had Moosh, but we don't have Moosh.
We
here.
don't have Moosh.
Not in a dungeon.
I don't remember
we have
this puzzle.
Do we have a seed shooter? Like, do we not just like shoot it from a distance or something?
Yeah, what do we do?
Where's the third option?
Do we just check it after we use it?
Yeah, so it's a one-time use seed shooter.
I vote look for another way.
How good is Rock's feather?
We can save. Well, no, you get Rock's cape later. That's why I'm thinking,
But I wonder if there's another. Okay, good.
That's
call.
a later dungeon.
That's not this dungeon.
Might be able to jump it.
Yeah.
Um,
So how confident are we in Link here?
a large pit on one side.
He's
It's
up
a
there.
large pit.
He's up there sniffing seeds. I don't think he's in a
Oracle
good
of
shape.
Ages Link. He's fairly young. He's spry. He's got strong
Propeller
thighs.
blades. I'm gonna go with Goo. I would say look for another way. I'm a little scared. I'm a little hesitant.
Let's look for another way.
Okay.
Link didn't think he could make the jump to the green switch, so he studied the puzzle for a while and came up with an idea. If I turn those propellers, I think I can bounce a seed through them and hit that switch. Link used his seed shooter to bounce a seed off the wall and into the propellers, making them spin until their blades pointed southwest and northeast. This left a small gap between them that pointed right at the switch. With a well-aimed seed shot, Link was able to send one through the gap, hitting the green switch and opening the locked door ahead. The next room had the same sort of puzzle. And then he did it again. Only this time, there was a crystal ball that Link had to hit to extend a moving bridge. From the end of the bridge, he bounced a seed into a propeller that was blocking a switch, and it moved so that he could shoot a seed past it to trip the switch. This extended another walkway, and he was able to make his way across the pit.
Cool.
We fought the
Turn
boss
to
at
page
least, right?
29.
Turn
Yes,
to
Subterror.
page
We're going to
29.
be stuck in Moonlit Grotto forever.
The rest of this book is Moonlight Grotto.
Okay.
Ooh, there's the boss.
Oh boy.
Shadow Hag.
After a few more propeller puzzles, Link found his way
I'm sorry. I just love these propeller puzzles.
You know, if you're a kid reading this, though, you're like,
That's awesome. How many propeller puzzles were there?
A few.
More.
Link found his way to the final chamber of the dungeon. Inside, the Shadow Hag waited for him. The Shadow Hag was a horrible creature with two...
A horrible, freakish creature.
She was 35. She was so old.
Her first attack was to split into 4 smaller shadows.
it's like reading a wiki. Yeah, you know?
Sorry, McKenna.
We're going to finish this page.
I love this book.
Go on.
And her second attack was to rush Link once she had reformed. Link didn't try fighting the mini shadows. Instead, he stayed away from them when the Shadow Hag was in that form. He saw his chance when she was trying to reform, and he rushed in to hit the butterfly-like creatures she tried to use as a distraction. Link turned to face the reforming Shadow Hag, but as soon as he saw her, she became a shadow again. So,
Classic.
I can't face her, but I have to hit her while she thinks I'm busy with those butterflies, thought Link. He quickly came up with an idea to defeat the Shadow Hag.
Quickly.
Link waited until she was reforming again. Then he bounced a seed off the wall to the north. As the Shadow Hag charged him, she ran right into the seed. Link stepped aside and she crashed into the wall. This returned her to her other form, and Link had to do it all over again. It took 4 times to finally destroy her, and Link was exhausted from dodging her attacks by the time the battle was over. Once the Shadow Hag was gone, Link picked up the essence, echoing Hal, that she left behind, and he left the dungeon.
So,
4 times.
in
And he
reality,
stepped all over the horrible, ugly, freakish Shadow Hag on the way out.
She was so ugly.
So ugly and old.
this is really just a creative way of writing a guide to the
Yeah.
game. I mean,
much.
it doesn't explain how to do
Yeah.
the boring old easy puzzles that anyone can figure out. But if you need to know that the propellers need to face, these specific cardinal
The 4
directions, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Because
Very accurately described.
if you're going to like adapt these boss fights, you'd think of a more creative way to explain it. But if you're trying to convey
Uh-huh.
the actual meaning, you would just say it very
Yeah.
plain. Yeah.
I actually like the boss fights.
They're pretty fun.
They've been explaining the logic behind the decisions so far.
Dimitri. Link left the dungeon, but he had a problem. There was no way to cross the water and return to Lena City. Link walked to the coastline and began looking for a way across. He came across some Tokay arguing over oh no, a water-going Dodongo they'd found near the shore. When Link approached, the Tokay offered to sell the Dodongo to Link for some seeds. Link gave them ember seeds, which they promptly swallowed, then ran off screaming. Chuckling to himself, Link talked to the Dodongo. He was surprised when it told him that its name was Dimitri. "Can you take me across the water, Dimitri?" Link asked.
Yes, and I'll be happy to. You saved me from those 2 who were talking about eating me.
Link climbed onto the Dodongo, and it swam across the water until Link reached the opposite shore. Once he was on dry land again, Link thanked Dimitri and headed for Lena City.
Not the sit. We gotta get to the next dungeon, Link.
That was pretty cute, actually. I like that little. Those
I didn't know Dimitri was considered a Dodongo. That's,
I guess it makes sense.
That's
He's like a
canon.
dinosaur-looking thing, right?
yeah.
Dinosaur-looking thing.
Very
Sorry,
cool.
sorry to all those Dodongo out there. I didn't mean to
Those dinosaur things.
generalize like that.
Unfinished.
Unfinished business. Link made his way back to Lena City and headed west to explore an area he hadn't seen before. He stood on a platform over the river and looked at the bushes across from him. Link used an ember seed in his seed shooter to burn a small tree on the other side. This revealed a switch, and he used another seed to trip the switch and lower a drawbridge so he could cross over. Eventually, he came to a bridge that was under construction, but no one was working on the bridge. The foreman was angry and told Link that the 3 workers who were supposed to be working on the bridge were gone. Normally, Link wouldn't have gotten involved in a labor dispute. Right on, Link. Yeah. Oh, but he had to cross the picket line here. Okay. He had to cross the bridge.
Oh.
So he needed those workers to get busy.
Link's a scab. No.
I'll help you find them, Link said, and left to hunt down. I thought it said burn down. I was like, what? Hunt down the missing workers. As he was exploring, Link came across Moosh, the blue bear again.
He's back.
This time Moosh gave Link a flute. You can call me with the flute anytime you need me, Moosh told Link. Link thanked him, and together they looked for the missing workers.
Nice. I'm glad we got some Moosh action. I love Moosh.
I like Moosh.
And flute in the inventory.
We
think
still
that would pay
have
off?
2 unused keys and several gotcha.
I assume we probably used the keys.
Well, they didn't tell us, so.
We just have a ton of keys.
We just have a satchel full of keys. The missing workers. Link began his search, but the area was covered with holes in the ground. He had to ride Moosh most of the time, which allowed him to cross the holes. He found the first worker not far from the bridge and convinced the man to return to work. The next worker was asleep next to one of the pits. Link woke him up, and he agreed to go back to work. The final worker was in a very hard-to-reach spot. Link had to hover over the pits on Moosh's back to reach the one spot near him. All 3 workers returned to finish the bridge after Link talked to them, and they quickly completed the work. Link was then able to cross the bridge and continue his adventure.
Didn't take much convincing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, this is the guide right here.
Trading sequence time.
Oh,
Do we just do the whole thing right here?
This is the whole
That's
trading
pretty cool.
sequence.
I think they're just like, yeah, look up this part of the book if you want to remember. There you go.
Once he was across the bridge, Link's search took him all over the land. As he traveled, he used the Harp of Ages to go back and forth in time to find what he needed. The Maku tree continued to provide support and help to Link as he traveled. In addition, Link had acquired a new and powerful weapon, the Noble Sword, through a series of trades that had started with the Poe clock he received from the Poe and Yol graveyard. In order, he had traded
Interesting.
I like this.
the Poe clock for the stationary tin?
In.
Oh, okay.
It's parentheses.
In the past from the postman. The stationery for the stink bag in the past from the toilet in town.
Great.
From the toilet.
The stink bag for the tasty meat in the present from the chef.
Out of context. This is-
The tasty meat for the doggy's mask in the present from the mask salesman.
Uh-huh.
The doggy's mask for the dumbbell in the present from Mamamoo Yan.
Mamamoo.
Is that what's
The dumbbell for the cheesy mustache in the past from the unbalanced man. The cheesy mustache for the funny joke in the present
That's right.
from Subal?
Subal?
Subal? The funny joke for the touching book in the past from Decadin. The touching book for the magic jar or in the present from Maple.
Oh, we meet Maple again? It's like no big deal.
Yeah, right. She's not mad anymore.
The magic ore for the sea ukulele in the past from Rafton. The sea ukulele for the broken sword in the past from Zora.
Zora. Just
That's honestly,
Zora.
that's a vague enough guide to be like, ooh, I can try and go figure out how that works, right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of
Actually pretty
fun.
good.
Yeah.
Bring back trading quests.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Once he had the broken sword, Link took it to Symmetry City, where he battled hard hat beetles to restore it to its true form, the Noble Sword. The Noble Sword was much more powerful than the wooden sword, and it had the ability to shoot a powerful beam of light from its tip, causing damage to multiple enemies at once. One day, long after his search had begun, the Maku tree spoke to Link. Link, you have found all but 2 of the essences you need. You must go to Queen Ambi's palace and free Nehru. Once you have rescued her, you can finish your search for the essences. Your quest is nearly at an end, Link. Go quickly. Link had learned to trust the Maku tree, and so he set out on the final leg of his journey.
Ooh.
So it's good. They had to include a montage somewhere in here.
Yeah. This page 30 is the montage.
Yeah. The search for the essences where you found 3 other ones.
This is, if you're thinking of this as a guide too, this is a very classic Nintendo guide where it's like, we'll explain.
They give you the stuff up front.
Well, they're probably going to explain these last dungeons way too much, I'm sure too. So I guess we'll see.
Link couldn't just knock on Queen Ambi's palace door and ask where Nehru was, so he had to find a way inside. As he walked around the palace, he entered the gardens. There might be a way inside here, he thought. Link searched the area carefully. He avoided the guards as he explored the gardens and found something strange, a cracked wall. In each of the 4 corners of the gardens, he found a switch on the ground. He stepped on each one of them, being careful to hide from any guards that came along. When all 4 switches had been pressed, Link saw a secret passage open near a line of statues. He entered the passage and went down a set of stairs to a deep pool. Link dove in and swam west beneath the palace. He surfaced once he was inside and made his way up the stairs to the central foyer of the palace. Ooh. He could see several guards talking near the entrance to the rest of the palace, as well as another door to the east. What should Link do? Try to sneak past the guards and enter the door behind them, or enter the door to the east?
Feels like a death.
There's no way. There's no way he's getting past those guards, right?
I don't know. You can sneak by guards that are literally at a door.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say,
east.
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 Link goes to the door in the east and falls in a pit. Game over.
Oh, baby.
Whoa.
Veering round
whoa.
1. Goo, it's all you.
Whoa. So we didn't even go to Jabu-Jabu or Ancient
Not yet.
Tombs? What? Oh, okay.
That's the choices.
I see. Okay. Rather than risk being seen by the guards, Link carefully made his way to the door on the east side of the palace foyer and slipped inside. He passed through several areas and worked his way upstairs. A single guard was patrolling the hallway ahead, so Link stayed out of sight and followed him. The guard almost spotted him a few times, but eventually he led Link to a small garden. Link searched the plants here for helpful items, and then he entered the chamber to the north. Varen, who was still in possession of Nehru's body, was waiting for him. Before Link could say anything, she attacked him. An evil fireball appeared above her head.
Fireball.
The worst type of fireball.
As opposed to a good fireball.
And sent out flames that Link knew would destroy him if they got too close. As Link dodged Varen's attack, he wondered how to fight her. If I hurt her, then I'm actually hurting Nehru's body. I can't do that. Suddenly, he had an idea. He reached into his pack and loaded a mystery seed into his sling, and he let it fly at Varen. Immediately, Nehru was free from her. Link quickly used his switch hook. What? To
We would have that by then, yeah.
As in the montage, right?
Yeah.
As she closed in for the attack, Link hit her over and over again with his sword. Link repeated the set of attacks 3 times. After the 3rd time, Varen gave up just when Link thought he'd won. Queen Ambi entered the chamber. Seeing her chance, Varen possessed the queen. Nehru barely managed to cast a spell that would take Link and her away before Varen/Ambi could attack. Link and Nehru reappeared at the Maku tree. Link, said Nehru, Varen is still in the past. We need you to return and bring an end to her treachery once and for all. The Maku tree spoke up. Oh god. The Tune of Ages will make your travel simpler. Just play it when you want to flip from the past to present, or present to past, without any time portals.
Beautiful.
Now that Link had rescued Nehru, he had to find the remaining 2 essences in order to enter Varen's Black Tower. Which dungeon should he enter first?
Jabu-Jabu or Ancient Tomb?
So my thinking is, we try to skip Jabu-Jabu's belly. Let's try to sequence.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's sequence break.
I'm down for that.
Let's see if it works.
Okay.
I doubt it'll let us, but we'll try.
Are we gonna die?
Or it's just like you try and get an ancient tomb and die.
No, it's probably going to send us to this ancient tomb and then to Jabu-Jabu's belly, I would assume?
The ancient tomb. The Maku tree guided Link to the area outside the ancient tomb, just like that. He could sense that the evil here was very great. He faced swarms of soldiers and fire cats as soon as he entered.
I guess that's what they are.
The new Zelda enemy, fire cats. To make matters worse, the room was a complicated maze, and Link had to try many times to make his way through it. Finally, Link reached the entrance to the tomb and walked inside. He made his way through the first chamber easily, but the second room was full of ghosts. Oh, no. He used his ember seeds to light the torches in the room, which scared the ghosts away. There was a stone owl in the room, and he used a mystery seed to get his advice.
You keep getting these stone owls.
I love it.
Open your ears to the sound of a sword hitting the wall. Link followed its advice, and he found a spot on the west wall of the room that made a different sound when he hit it. He used a bomb on this spot to open a doorway. As Link made his way deeper into the dungeon, he could tell that this was the most challenging one yet. At every turn, he was attacked by evil creatures, and several times he was nearly defeated. Along the way, he picked up the Power Glove, a powerful weapon that would allow him to pick up almost anything.
In the basement of the dungeon, Link found what he was looking for, the doorway that led to the dungeon's first boss. He rested in a room full of vases and then entered the chamber with his sword drawn. This scary creature fired massive balls of energy at Link. However, the energy balls moved slowly, so Link could dodge them with ease. Link noticed that as soon as Death Stalfos lobbed one of them at him, the creature stayed in the same place. Link defeated the creature by hitting its energy balls right back at it.
Nice.
Once the energy ball hit it, Death Stalfos turned into a bat. Mannequins?
As you do.
Yeah.
Link charged it when it was in this form, slashing with his sword. After Link had scored 3 hits on it with his own weapon, Death Stalfos disappeared, leaving Link with a warp to the first part of the dungeon. And a health fairy. Once he was fully healed, Link was ready to keep going. As he explored, he found a room with 5 shallow pits in the center. He didn't know what they were for, but he knew that they were important.
There's something.
Gotta be important.
Okay, don't read the left one. That's bad. The ancient tomb, the 4 slates. When Link found the first slate, he knew that it would fit in one of the 4 shallow pits he had seen earlier. There must be 3 more of these, thought Link. Once I have them all, I'll return to that room. Searching for the other slates wasn't easy. In fact, there's going to be a whole paragraph explaining it. The dungeon was crawling with enemies. Several times, Link barely escaped with his life. He found the other slates scattered throughout the dungeon. And
It wasn't easy, though.
It wasn't easy, though.
Easy to write, not hard to do.
By the time he had collected them all, he was ready for the final battle. Link placed all 4 slates in their proper slots, which revealed a staircase leading down. The approach to the final door wasn't an easy one. It seemed like every creature in the dungeon was in Link's path. He fought past them all one by one until he finally faced the last door of the dungeon.
It's so great. It wasn't easy, but I'm going to explain it in a sentence.
In a single sentence.
Just trust us, you know? Link had finally made it to the last room of the dungeon. He entered the chamber and found Ramrock, a massive metallic head that began attacking Link as soon as it saw him. Link hardly fought off its first wave of attacks. Ramrock first attacked by shooting out its hands, trying to slap Link down. Link swatted the hands with a sword, and the hands rebounded, hitting and damaging Ramrock. Link did this 3 times, and Ramrock switched attacks. You know what they say, fool me once. Its second attack was a crushing attack. Ramrock's hand hovered near Link and tried to crush him. Link placed a bomb between the hands, and they were damaged when they tried to squeeze together. 3 bombs took care of this attack. In his third phase, Ramrock was heavily shielded. Link could only attack from above. He pulled out his seed shooter and tried angling a shot off the north wall. It worked! The seed went through Ramrock's armor. Link used his tactics to force Ramrock into its final form. But how many times? Ramrock's hands became wrecking balls, and he tried to crush Link. Link used his power gloves to catch the balls and pull on them. When he let go, they swung back and hit Ramrock. After 3 hits, Ramrock was history. Link stepped into the next room, and he grabbed the next essence, Falling Star. He then turned and left the dungeon.
I like.
Oh, okay.
I like the explanation of Ramrock was history. That's a good.
Your history, Ramrock.
Ramrock is a sick boss too.
Ancient history.
This is a great boss. Yeah. Classic Jabu-Jabu or Bongo Bongo, I should say.
If you haven't not completed page 45,
well, we should go there. Yeah.
We're going to Jabu-Jabu.
The belly.
Yeah, we completed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we glitched past it, right?
Totally did this.
Jabu-Jabu's belly, the Maku tree.
Would have died at the palace. Anyway.
The Maku tree told Link that the next essence would be found inside a giant fish.
A fish.
To reach the fish and find
The fish.
the essence, Link had to travel to the rolling sea and swim deep underwater. After meeting both the king of the past age and the king of the present age, Link found out that the water had been poisoned. Link solved the problem by rescuing the fairy that could cleanse the seas from her
Sounds
prison.
easy.
The king made Link a hero and granted him his wish to see Jabu-Jabu, the giant whale. Who is this? The Maku tree. I sense one of the essences inside Jabu-Jabu, said the Maku tree. Link approached the great whale and entered its mouth to begin his search.
All right, here's 12 pages about Jabu-Jabu's belly.
Oh, God. I can only
So
imagine.
you'd be like, it wasn't easy.
All
Link
right.
did it, though.
Anglerfish.
Oh, okay. We're just going right to...
That's good. This is a good
Boss,
sign.
Talking about the mini-boss right away.
One of the first things he had to do once he was inside the whale was
A
drain
fish.
the water from one area so he could cross to another. Link did this by making his way through a maze of rooms until he uncovered a switch that would move the water for him. He had to make
nice.
use of his switch hook several times in order to get across some areas, but he soon reached a strange room with a very big anglerfish inside.
Glub, glub.
Glub, glub.
Glub, glub.
The anglerfish moved around its chamber very quickly and released bubbles, glug glug, that would harm Link if they touched him.
Glub,
Link outwitted the fish by using scent seeds, then hitting it while it lay helpless on the bottom. Kept this up until the fish sank for good.
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 Immediately, a ladder extended down into a room below, and Link climbed down to retrieve the long hook. It was just like his switch hook, only much longer.
Nice.
Now he'd be able to reach things that were farther away.
Cool.
Nice.
I did it.
Cool. We got the mini boss and the first part of the dungeon all in 2 paragraphs there. Okay.
Ooh. All
Right
right.
to the boss.
And we're on to the boss.
I'll take
Nice.
it. All right.
Plasmarine.
After he defeated the anglerfish, Link used the red button he had found earlier that we totally talked about already to change the water levels again. We did talk about it. I don't think they mentioned it was red.
No.
They said he found a switch and didn't mention that there are like 3 switches. But...
Yeah. Move the water for him. This let him reach another part of Jabu-Jabu where he found the key that would open the final door of the dungeon. Before he entered to fight the final boss, Link made sure he had plenty of health and seeds. That's fair. Then he unlocked the door and went to confront whatever was on the other side. This will be my first Plasmarine battle on Zelda Dungeon. I'm excited.
Ever.
All right, this is a big moment.
The final creature in this dungeon was like nothing he had ever seen. It was a huge, shapeless gel creature called a Plasmarine. As soon as it saw Link, the Plasmarine started spitting fireballs at him, which makes a lot of sense. Link dodged them while he looked for an opening. Yes, evil fireballs. To his amazement, Link found that the Plasmarine seemed to be immune to his weapons. Oh no! However, Link knew it could be destroyed. He kept dodging its attacks, and suddenly he had an idea. Link waited until the Plasmarine had spit a fireball at him, then he used the long hook to switch places with the creature. Its own fireball slammed into it, and it shuddered in pain. Link knew he could finish it off. It took 6 tries to destroy it, but Link stayed with it until Plasmarine was history, baby. His reward was waiting in the next chamber. The next essence... Rolling Sea. Link took it from its resting place and made his way out of Jabu-Jabu's belly.
We did it.
We did it. We've completed Ancient Tomb. We're going to page 42, baby.
Done all the dungeons?
Yeah, we're done with the dungeons.
All right.
Oh, very.
Oh, this is it. This is it.
This is the last page. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Well,
it's all on you, Goo.
As soon as Link found all the essences, the Maku tree called to Link to return to Lina City in the present age. Once he arrived, the tree gave him a massive Maku seed. With this seed, you can enter Varen's Black Tower, she said. She wished Link good luck and watched as he disappeared into the past age to fight Varen for the last time. When Link arrived at the Black Tower, things got confusing. The first room was a maze of staircases. It seemed like Link would never figure out which staircase to take.
But
he finally found the way, but it wasn't easy. The higher he went, the more enemies he faced. At the top of the tower, Link faced a room full of stairs. He fought all the stairs. No, he
Killed all the stairs.
Evil stairs.
He found that all but one of them led to a room full of enemies. Through trial and error, he discovered the correct set of stairs was in the southeast corner.
At least to give you
the second set of stairs from the right took him to Varen.
Nice.
Link was surprised that Ralph had beaten him to the roof. However, remember Ralph?
Yeah,
Ralph was in
page
trouble.
2.
Remember that guy? He glared at Link 2 times.
Ralph is in trouble because Varen was about to destroy him. As soon as Varen saw Link, she freed Ralph so she could concentrate on Link. The battle began. Link used the same strategy on Varen that he had used to save Nehru. He tossed a mystery seed at her, used his switch hook, then hit her with the sword. This saved Ambi and banished Varen. Ambi ran from the tower, and Link prepared to face Varen alone.
Nice.
Varen's next form looked like a giant insect, and she had a swarm of Link clones with her that mirrored Link's moves. Link defeated the clones by pushing them together, which made them easier to avoid. He used the spin attack to damage Varen as he ran by her. It took 6 tries, but he won the battle.
Nice.
Link thought it was over. Then a giant hand pulled him back inside. Varen wasn't through with him yet. Varen had dropped all illusions of being human. At first, she appeared as a giant beetle that leaped high in the air and came crashing down, crushing anything in her path. Link quickly found the weakness of this form, though. When she landed, Varen stuck her face out, and Link could hit it repeatedly until it jumped again. Varen would switch between two other forms, the spider and the bee. When Link nearly had her down, Link used bombs to force her spider form to show its true face. Then he used sword attacks. In the bee form, Varen swarmed Link, forcing him to battle. He used his seed shooter and sword to keep up the attack. Varen began to cycle between her final forms more quickly. Link pressed his attacks.
Oh, no.
With one final blow, Varen disintegrated.
Yes.
The Black Tower began to collapse. Link found himself transported to the Maku tree before the tower could destroy him. The Maku tree and Nehru thanked him for his help, and they put up a statue in his honor.
Nice.
Link was a hero once again, and the land was safe from Varen's evil schemes. Nehru launched into song of celebration. The people of Lina City gathered around, celebrating their freedom from Varen. The end.
We did it!
Varen!
Yeah! You defeated Varen and freed the land from her plot. Be sure to read the book again and make different choices.
I don't think so.
So you
Try
die?
again so you fail.
I think the only times you wouldn't die is like, oh, you could play the shooting game, you know?
Yeah.
There's a couple parts, but like most of them were death.
I
Wow.
was expecting some dialogue at the end there. They were
There
just
was- there was
"And
a lot
then
of
it was
time."
all good.
There was no Ralph dialogue.
We didn't get to
Yeah.
meet Vasu because we didn't go to the ring shop.
No, we didn't. We got to meet the mayor, though.
We don't know. Yeah, we did get to meet the mayor.
Good
I'm
thing.
thinking going back to him wouldn't have helped. You're right. We didn't get to name the kid.
Sad.
Whatever.
That'd have been great. Yeah, the
We
great
never saw
Moblin.
the Great Moblin.
Wait, is that even possible? I don't think.
Who knows?
We never got to use the flute that we got.
Big, bad, ugly, and just plain mean. That's the description for the Great Moblin.
That's
Wow.
just
What'd you think? What did everybody
This is
think?
fun. Like, honestly, as
That
a
was fun.
kid, I think I would have been all over this. I would have got it at the Scholastic Book Fair and thought it was super cool.
This actually does a surprisingly good job as a guide.
It is a surprisingly good guide.
Just read a guide.
For certain parts. For some other parts, it's like... and then he did like a few more propeller puzzles.
Yeah, and like Jabu-Jabu, it's like it's not gonna help you.
Not all. Or the three that it entirely skipped over.
But even in like the Black Tower, they said it was the exact right staircase. It's the second one from the right in the bottom right corner.
Interesting.
That's a cool way to find out about those things. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was fun. They should do this. They should have done this at least for a lot of the games. I think it would be fun.
I do feel like we didn't make a ton of choices.
Yeah, there weren't a
Yeah.
lot. But I can't imagine there's a better way to do that for a book that's this long.
It would have to be way longer.
Yeah. Overall,
Yeah,
cute though.
I think if they had maybe like if they had maybe more tried to make it a better like story like that fits the format better, that would have been better,
More
Yeah.
you know.
like
and
original content.
yeah, or like take the setting and kind of you know what I mean, like adapt it and kind of that I don't know. I haven't read a lot of choose your own adventure books in my life, especially now. That's not a genre I really partake in, but I can imagine like a better version of this, like from that point of view. But you know, it was fun. It was cool. I would have loved it as a kid, as Nico said. I would have gone crazy for this.
Yeah, this is good for kids. This would like they could have gone like full blown huge like choose your own adventure book, but like that would take so long.
Yeah. Well, cool. That was a lot of fun.
I had a fun time reading it with y'all.
Yeah, I loved everybody's voices.
Yes,
Yeah, it was a
McKenna,
great
thank you
time.
for making the Maku tree the highest possible voice.
I was like, I gotta stick with it. The different interpretations of the owl statues were good.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Um,
and like Jerk Link was perfect.
Yeah.
this is fun. This was like we got to do maybe some more of these type of things later.
Yeah.
I remember our quizzes and stuff we did in the past.
Oh, we gotta get quizzes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. We'll consider doing that more in the future for sure. Otherwise, yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you again soon. I'm sure we got something coming down the pipe. So.
Oh yeah.
See you later. Sweet.